All the projects we ever work on, all the methodologies I've come across, have the same three common pieces to them, the same thread that goes throughout them all. And this thread is quite simply 3 stages. Every project goes through discovering what it is they're there to do. They go through a stage of designing how they're going to meet that idea they've got. And then they go through the stage of delivering that plan. So firstly, this stage of discovery. This is the stage that most projects rush over in this real desperate need to go to planning or to going and doing something, even if that's the wrong something. This stage is all about knowing who you need to involve in the project. It's about understanding together as a team what risks you're likely to face and how are you as a group going to overcome them. It's about getting to a stage where you all have the same view of where you're heading. Now think about a project to deliver an elephant. I'd like you just to think of an elephant, if you will. What does it look like? What sounds do you hear? Well, we all know what an elephant looks like, don't we? So it's going to be really simple. There's no need to discuss the project. So you may have been thinking of perhaps an African elephant, maybe a fluffy toy elephant, a cartoon one, or even maybe a pink elephant with glasses. Which of these was your project just now? So perhaps given this, even with a simple question like, what does an elephant look like? It's no wonder the companies I've talked about earlier got it so wrong when they were trying to understand where they were getting to. The second stage every project goes through is that of design. And this is about getting to a stage where you have a clear plan that's realistic and everyone believes they can achieve. It's about understanding what's worked well for projects in the past and what hasn't worked well for them, and seeing which of those you can reuse or use to your benefit. It's about getting people to commit to the plan you put in place by involving them in its development. It's about checking that things make sense, that you're not rushing off down a blind alley. Of course, it's about doing some planning. I was involved with a company that was embarking on their very first project. It was a very exciting time for them, a small company of 15 people. And this project was working with 2 other companies, one based in the US and one based at the other end of the UK, who was going to produce the product at the end of it. This was the first time any of them had worked together or done any projects. So we took the key people away from each of these 3 companies, locked them in a room for 3 days, essentially. And we spent a lot of time in that 3 days just talking about what the project meant for each of the companies and also for the individuals. And got to a point where we understood what it meant when the project was successful for everyone in that room. So we left with a really clear feeling of what it was going to be like, what it felt like when you were there, what sounds they would be hearing when they'd achieved this project successfully, and what the product would look like in the end. Once we got that really clear vision of where the project was going to, it was actually really simple to create the plan. One sheet of paper with the key tasks on one side, the people who were in the room along the top. They were able to commit to the dates they could deliver each of those tasks right there and then. That was the plan for the project. No electronics in sight. And this project actually was delivered ahead of schedule, under budget, and is a very successful product in the market as well. The third stage is that of delivery. So putting into action the plan you've just created amongst your team. There's a very well-known saying that no plan survives first contact with the enemy. And there's a reason why that's well known, because it's true. Has any of you ever had a project with a plan that actually came to pass without any changes? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm not alone then. The final element of this project process, these 3 steps that every project goes through, is evaluation. Taking time to look back at the project and say, yeah, that worked well. Didn't like that, we need to change that next time. But also to look at how the team worked, say, we really had fun there. I hated what we did over here. How can we do that better next time? So it's simple, really. All projects have just 3 steps. But how you go about those 3 steps is the key. It's simple, but it's not easy.